Imagine walking through a huge, dusty landfill where broken gadgets and rusted metal pieces are piled higher than a two-story building. That's where our story begins, with a boy named Max. He's just wandering around, curious, when something shiny catches his eye under a pile of discarded junk. At first it looks like a toy, a little robot, battered and covered in dirt, with one arm twisted and a leg barely hanging on. Max picks it up, wipes off the grime, and thinks it's just a broken toy someone threw away. But as he turns it over in his hands, he notices strange markings and moving joints that shouldn't work. There's a faint glow from its chest, like it's trying to wake up. At that moment, the ordinary world around him, the landfill, the stench, the buzzing of distant machinery, fades away. Something about this robot feels alive. This is more than a toy. Max has no idea that fixing this robot will set him on a journey into a world of high-tech gladiators, underground competitions, and a chance to change both his life and the life of the man he barely knows, his father. In Max's world, traditional boxing is practically a relic, boring to most people and too slow to hold attention. Imagine stadiums once filled with cheering fans for human fighters, now empty, replaced by crowds screaming for robots in gladiator-style battles. These aren't just toys, they're human-controlled machines built for destruction, speed, and strategy. Picture it like Formula One racing, but with fists instead of wheels, and the drivers controlling robots from behind the scenes. Every punch, dodge, and grapple is calculated, and the stakes are high. Not just pride, but money, fame, and survival in the underground fight scene. This is a world where innovation and brute strength collide, and where the underdog can shock everyone by turning old scrap metal into a champion. It's in this chaotic, high-tech arena that Max's father, Charlie Kenton, tries to make a living, and fail spectacularly. Meet Charlie Kenton, a man who once had glory in the boxing ring, but now barely scrapes by. Picture him waking up in the cramped space of his van, surrounded by empty beer bottles, the smell of last night's failures still lingering. He owes money to multiple people, and every call he gets feels like a countdown to disaster. Charlie is a classic example of a talented person who missed the timing of history. In the real world, think of athletes or artists whose careers end just as technology or trends shift. He's a former champion in a world that no longer has room for him. Every defeat in robot fights chips away at his pride and leaves him scrambling for quick cash. Despite his tough exterior, Charlie is reckless, overconfident, and constantly trying to dodge responsibility. This flawed character is about to collide with a challenge far bigger than debt. Reconnecting with a son he barely knows, and learning to navigate a world where robots, not humans, are kings of the ring. Charlie's life takes an unexpected turn when he learns that his ex-wife has died, leaving their 11-year-old son Max, an orphan. But instead of immediately stepping up, Charlie is mostly concerned with his own troubles, debts, lost fights, and survival. Max arrives, sent by wealthier relatives willing to adopt him, and the boy immediately notices his father's selfishness and recklessness. Here's where the story shifts from pure action to emotional stakes. Max isn't angry that his father sold custody rights. He's upset that Charlie didn't even think to include him in the decision. This introduces a tension familiar in the real world. A child forced to navigate a parent's flaws, and a parent who's been absent during the most critical years. Max's presence isn't just a side plot, it's the catalyst for Charlie's transformation. This relationship will push him to grow, learn patience, and finally see that true victories are about more than money or fame. With Max temporarily in his care, Charlie uses part of the money from selling custody rights to buy Noisy Boy, a high-end voice-controlled robot, on the black market. He sees it as his ticket back into the world of robot fighting and, honestly, a chance to finally win big. But, the purchase immediately causes tension. Bailey Tallet, the daughter of Charlie's deceased coach and his landlord, scolds him for spending so much when he still owes her rent. This moment really highlights Charlie's pattern of impulsive decisions and introduces a real-world comparison. Like investors pouring all their savings into a risky startup without testing it first, Charlie's gamble could pay off or, well, backfire spectacularly. The robot arrives, sleek and imposing, but when Charlie tests its voice controls, it doesn't respond. Max, however, quickly realizes that Noisy Boy understands Japanese commands, a hidden feature Charlie missed. This sparks Max's first major contribution to the story. His intelligence and attentiveness become essential tools for navigating the dangerous world of robot combat. Charlie is confident that Noisy Boy will dominate the underground fight club, but his overconfidence quickly becomes his downfall. He enters the arena, surrounded by dozens of robots, and at first, it seems like victory is certain. Noisy Boy dodges attacks and lands blows, thrilling the audience. Charlie basks in the excitement, convinced he's finally back on top. But just like his previous mistakes, Charlie's lack of preparation and focus costs him. He yells commands that sound impressive but don't match the robot's abilities, and the champion robot, Midas, takes control of the fight. Noisy Boy crashes to the ground, head detached, leaving only the voice control system intact. This failure teaches a crucial lesson. Raw power and flashy moves aren't enough. Knowledge, strategy, and respect for your tools, or in this case, your robot, are essential. It also reinforces Max's role as the smarter, more methodical partner, foreshadowing how he will guide both Charlie and the robot toward real success. After the disaster with Noisy Boy, Max takes matters into his own hands. While exploring a junkyard, he discovers an old mud-covered robot, Adam. At first glance, it seems outdated and useless, just a relic of the past. But Max quickly notices something unique. Adam has a shadow feature, which allows it to mimic any human movement perfectly. Unlike the flashy battle robots, Adam wasn't built to attack. It was a sparring partner, yet its potential is enormous. Max's curiosity and patience contrast sharply with Charlie's impulsiveness, highlighting a core theme. Sometimes the underdog, or the overlooked, can achieve greatness with the right guidance. Max decides to bring Adam home, insisting on learning to control the robot himself. This sets up a pivotal moment in the story, the beginning of a father-son partnership, a training journey, and a chance to turn overlooked potential into triumph in the robot fighting world. With Adam activated, the real journey begins. Max takes the lead, teaching the robot basic movements and experimenting with commands, while Charlie reluctantly joins in to show combat techniques. At first, their attempts are clumsy. Adam trips, Max gets frustrated, and Charlie's impatience flares. But slowly, a rhythm develops. They discover that Adam can mimic Max's movements perfectly, including dance steps. Max uses this to teach coordination and timing, while Charlie begins to share boxing strategies he thought were lost to time. This is more than robot training. It's a metaphor for rebuilding trust and teamwork. Just like athletes and coaches in the real world, the boy and his father learn to read each other, anticipate moves, and adapt together. By the end of this section, they've transformed Adam from a scrap heap into a disciplined machine, and their bond strengthens. It's clear. Success in the ring won't just be about the robot. It will be about their teamwork, patience, and growing father-son relationship. With Adam trained and responsive, Charlie and Max enter the Real Steel Champions League, the ultimate arena for robot fighters. The atmosphere is electric, with crowds cheering, cameras flashing, and rival robots like Zeus and Twin Cities towering over the newcomers. Every robot is a finely tuned machine, built for speed, power, and precision, and the stakes are higher than ever. Fame, prize money, and the chance to prove themselves in a world that had dismissed them. Max negotiates with the organizers, securing Adam's spot in preliminary fights, while Charlie grapples with fear and excitement. Unlike before, they now have strategy, coordination, and patience on their side. This stage sets the tension. Adam is still an underdog, facing champions with decades of experience and superior technology. The upcoming battles will test their teamwork, courage, and the lessons learned during long nights of training. Adam faces its first real opponents in the league, and the excitement is palpable. Unlike flashy robots built for raw power, Adam relies on precision, defense, and strategy. Max guides every move, making the robot dodge, block, and strike with careful timing. The crowd watches in awe as the scrappy underdog fights robots far bigger and stronger. In one match, Adam absorbs heavy hits but uses the shadow feature to mimic effective combat patterns, turning defense into opportunity. Charlie begins to see the results of his son's intelligence and his own experience combining to create a formidable team. Adam delivers unexpected blows, outsmarting rivals and winning rounds against seemingly unbeatable opponents. This victory isn't just about the robot, it's a triumph of preparation, teamwork, and adaptability. The crowd cheers not only for Adam's skill, but also for the human story behind it. The father learning humility, and the son demonstrating courage and intelligence. The ultimate test arrives: Adam versus Zeus, the reigning champion and a robot designed to dominate the ring. The stadium is packed, cameras are everywhere, and the tension is almost unbearable. Charlie and Max know this fight isn't just about winning, it's about proving their bond, their strategy, and Adam's hidden potential. The fight begins with Zeus unleashing his full power, landing heavy blows and pushing Adam to the edge. Max guides Adam with precision, while Charlie coaches from the sidelines, teaching timing, defense, and tactical strikes. Adam survives round after round, turning the champion's strength against him. Charlie waits for the perfect moment, then delivers calculated blows that exploit Zeus's exhaustion and slight weaknesses. Though Adam doesn't officially win, Zeus retains the title on points. The robot earns the audience's admiration and is crowned the people's champion. This showdown proves that heart, intelligence, and teamwork can challenge even the most powerful adversaries, setting the stage for lasting respect and recognition. After the final battle, the dust settles and the story finds its emotional core. Charlie and Max, proud and exhilarated, embrace the true victory, their renewed father-son bond. Bailey witnesses the transformation in Charlie, seeing him finally take responsibility and cherish the connection with his son. Adam, once a scrappy junkyard robot, now stands as a symbol of perseverance, teamwork, and heart. Charlie reflects on his journey, from reckless debts and lost fights to discovering that victories aren't just about money or fame, but about trust, learning, and protecting what matters most. Max, confident and courageous, knows he's helped his father become a better man, while also proving his own intelligence and resilience. The story closes with the trio in the middle of the ring, enjoying their hard-earned recognition. The crowd cheers, Adam stands tall, and the message is clear. Sometimes underdogs and unlikely heroes can achieve greatness when they work together, believe in one another, and never give up. It's a story of redemption, growth, and the unbreakable bond between parent and child, leaving the audience inspired to embrace their own challenges.